Welcome to Pastor's Corner. I am Pastor Kelly Milne from the Bridgewater New Church in Bridgewater, and this is my what are you? My co-host, Reverend Dr. Donna Keene from the Elmwood New Church in Elmwood in East Bridgewater. And we are talking about various topics during our show here. Mm-hmm. And we like to put a little pastoral twist on all sorts of things. We like to have a good time. We like to laugh. Today in particular, we are talking about Thanksgiving, being thankful. We figured it was the appropriate time since this is November. Mm-hmm. And so we've got some place to start here. Mm-hmm. So I figured, since we have two sections in our show, maybe we could talk about why we should be thankful this time of year. And why is everyone thankful now? Are you not thankful in January? in April?
My impression is that in the old days,
The old
days,
Okay.
yeah, when people were farming and bringing in the harvest, I mean, pumpkins, apples, all of the vegetable produce, everything that people were going to need to get through the winter.
Absolutely.
And when they had a good crop, they got very thankful that they had food for the winter.
Absolutely.
And then the spring planting came. Mm-hmm. So I think part of that is why it's in November that we celebrate Thanksgiving, that there's something from the ground to be thankful for.
Right. And I will say that here in New England, in Massachusetts, 20 minutes away from Plymouth, where it, quote, all began, just don't go see the rock because it's not where they landed. I think we have a special tie to that first Thanksgiving. And I wouldn't be surprised if some traditions have just lasted that long.
Yes.
You know, getting together and having a meal.
Yeah.
And that in itself is a spiritual experience.
Yes.
Having a meal with those who you love or those who have helped you throughout the year.
Yeah.
So it was, now help me out, and I should know my presidents, who made Thanksgiving an official holiday.
Lincoln.
I believe it was Lincoln.
It was Lincoln.
That was I don't want to say Lincoln and be wrong. Yeah.
I have a copy of the full thing that he...
Proclamation?
Yeah, but I was very disappointed when I found out he really didn't write it.
Oh, no.
He had a ghostwriter.
Oh.
But the full proclamation is gorgeous.
That's amazing. I have not ever read it.
Yeah.
I probably should. Yeah, so, having that tradition from this area, and it's hard to imagine, I think, how other parts of the country celebrate. I feel like we've got this special something here.
Well, first of all, it's going to get cold.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I would probably have a more difficult time thinking about harvest, being grateful for food, if we were in sunny LA. It's not going to be the same, even though California has become the breadbasket of our society. With all they have got miles of farmland. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, if it isn't going to get very cold, and we have to go inside and sit by a fire in the old days, I mean,
Right.
I can sit by my fire now, but it's a gas fire.
Right.
But there's something, I agree, about the New England Northeast attitude toward Thanksgiving
Right.
that's, I think, a relic from the old past.
I think so too. I mean, we know it's going to be cold, and we need. I mean, we don't prepare now like they did then.
I don't do any canning,
Canning, okay.
you know. No, I don't cook at all.
Right. But I think, I mean, lately I have been seeing all the little squirrels gathering all their acorns, or and whatever, in the old farmer's tale or belief that if the fuller the squirrel's tail is, the worse of a winter it's going to be.
Yeah.
Take a look at some squirrels because, oh boy,
And then if you see the chipmunks,
same.
their pouches are like, they are so adorable. They can put so many acorns and nuts in their pouches.
They sure can. They sure can. But they're preparing.
Yeah.
And even in their way, they're thankful for
Yeah.
what they've got. So what does it really mean to be thankful?
Well, I did a little research.
You're kidding.
I don't use the internet to do research. I have a book called Cruden's Concordance.
Okay.
And I saw that it was printed in 1956, so it's using probably the King James Version.
Sure.
But I went in and looked for every piece of the Bible that had anything about being grateful or thankful or giving thanks. I happen to have a few
Trivia?
with me.
This could be trivia time. Okay.
Well, I was amazed that the majority of they're all from Psalms. There's like, of all of the
Mostly
notions
Psalms,
of
yeah.
Thanksgiving, the 2 Corinthians, Philippians, Colossians, and 1 Timothy, I can't talk today,
It's okay.
are the only places where the words thankful or be grateful happen other than in Psalms. And the fascinating part about these things from Psalms is they talk about Thanksgiving sacrifices.
Right.
So sacrifice thanks offering to God. Fulfill your, can't read my writing, fulfill your uses to the Most High. Sacrifice is associated with giving thanks
Right.
in the Old Testament.
So therefore, it's actually throughout the whole Bible, especially the Old Testament. Every time we see a sacrifice, it's
Right.
actually for thanks.
Yeah. Right. And it also talks in terms of, I will praise God's name in song and glorify him with thanksgiving. So the attitude that we are small and we have a very powerful God and we have to praise him with thanksgiving, to give thanks for whatever we have.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I can go on, but I think it would take too much time.
So if if we need more things to talk about,
Right.
we'll come back to
Yeah.
your list. But it's so interesting that most of the word thanksgiving and grateful are in Psalms because, I mean, if you read Psalms or even look at the first little titles or subtitles of each Psalm, it'll say written by David for such and such. Psalms is such a part of our life with the ups and the downs and the thankfulness and that in itself is just an amazing gift that we have
And a lot of times in the Psalms, they were written to be sung,
Yes.
which most people have forgotten. But they're singing to the glory of God. And that part of Thanksgiving being vocal instead of just being thankful in your heart or writing a thank note to somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
We've gotten into the habit of not writing thank notes anymore. We just email or text.
Thank you so much.
But there is so much
Right.
more if you actually get a card and give thanks for something to another human being.
That's true. That's true. I mean, granted, way back when in the 80s, when we didn't have, well, we had the internet then, but before everything became a daily, hourly part of our life, writing a note,
Yeah.
I know even as a kid going to camp, I would get a letter and it was from my grandmother or my mother. And,
Yeah.
it's just that writing, seeing
Yeah.
their writing, it's part of who you are as well.
My niece is maybe going to have surgery. And I was talking to my sister and I said, I think I'm going to write her a card, send her a card.
Sure.
Give her some enthusiasm, tell her that we're praying for her. And she said, that's a good idea. Like,
Like,
it
this
was-
is new.
instead of calling her or texting her, I want to send her a card
Yeah.
because I think that's important.
It's more personal. Like our relationship with God is personal. We don't have to share it with anybody. It's just that relationship. So what is being thankful? Where did it come from? Obviously.
It
We
came
know.
all the way back, as far as I know, to the beginning of the human race.
Yep.
People were constantly lighting a fire or building a stela, one of those basilisks or whatever they are, like the Washington Monument, because something had happened
Right.
and they were grateful. And especially like Jesus goes up on a mountain to pray, takes 3 of his disciples with him. And in the middle of it, there's a huge white light, and the disciples see Elijah and Moses talking with Jesus. And when it's all over, and he turns around and says, okay, it's time to leave, they say, no, 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 we have to build something to commemorate this with thanksgiving. And he says, I'm afraid. No, we have to go back down. That's where the work is.
We're good. We've got to. Exactly. So, we're going to be back
Oh, yeah.
to talk a little bit more, and hope you can join us.
Hey, check it out. Huh. What happened to that guy?
You're not alone. Together we stand. I'll be by your side. You know I'll take your hand. When it gets cold and it feels like the end, there's no place to go. You know I won't give in. No, I won't give in. Keep holding on, 'cause you know we'll make it through, we'll make it through. Keep holding
And we are back. Thankful is our topic for today, and hoping you saw the first part of our show. But we're talking about being thankful, how this time of year is a great time to be thankful. We've got harvest and having to gather and store and prepare for winter. And we talked about also historically in the Bible that a lot of times we see thankfulness shown through the sacrifices that were made, especially the Old Testament, also the New Testament. But did you have specific Bible passages? Could you share one?
I thought you'd never ask.
Well,
In Psalm 107,
okay.
it says, "Let them give thanks to the Lord for his unfailing love and his wonderful deeds for mankind. Let them sacrifice thank offerings and tell of his works with songs of joy."
Could you just read that first line again?
Let them give thanks to the Lord for his unfailing love and his wonderful deeds for mankind.
I like it. I think it's a reminder that however crazy our world might get, that it's temporary, and it's God who made all this.
Oh, yeah.
And although it's hard for us to not get wrapped up into news and what's going on in the world, if we can just turn it off and focus on something positive. The Bible we know is positive. There's positive, there's negative, but there's so much positive that we can take with us daily. I happen to like Psalm 100 and Psalm 103. Psalm 100, do you have that? Enter his gates with thanksgiving
and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name.
Yes. Very simple.
Yep.
Another one, Psalm 103. As a child, growing up, family prayers way back when I was a child. We had family dinners, and prayer was just part of our family dinners. And my grandfather would always say this prayer. He would always say, "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits." And as I'm writing this and thinking back to all those millions of times that I've probably said this, it's hitting differently now, which is what happens. And it's supposed to happen that way, which is why we're encouraged to go back and read over and over, because we'll get something different. But being thankful, find that something that may have felt like a blessing to you or something thankful way back when, and bring it back.
Yep.
Because it still helps us every day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have days when I forget.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I have a reminder, bought a little plaque, and on the wall of my bedroom, when I wake up in the morning, once I get my eyes adjusted, I look over at that plaque, and it's really quite small. It's blue with white writing on it, and it says, "Today I choose joy." And I find that that's a great way to start the day, that I have a choice, first of all.
Right.
And I can choose joy in my life.
Yeah.
And I also choose gratitude, because as I was going through some tough times in my past, I always knew that I had an angel on my shoulder. Because some of the things I was doing, were not so good. But I was never hurt.
Right.
I never lost my sense of the angel on my shoulder. And I still have that. And I'm very grateful for being taken care of that way, and very thankful that it turned out, as far as I can tell by now, pretty good. So far, so good. But very grateful for what might have happened that didn't.
Right. Right.
And so I choose joy today.
That's you have obviously told me that that little plaque, and I know that I've told you I had seen something on social media, so I screenshotted it, printed it out, and it's this cute, little pink background and flowers, and I put it right by my bedroom light switch, and it says, "No one ever said you have to have it all together all the time."
Thank God.
Amen. It's so true. If I thought I had to have it together all the time, no way.
I'm perfectly happy being a human being with flaws.
Oh my goodness.
The day I think I'm a human being without flaws, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, but not everyone thinks like that
No?
or thinks about being grateful. And like you said, it's a choice, and I like to think that more than not, people are good.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is some evil and some bad people, but I would like to try and find the good in there somewhere for most of them.
Well, my favorite story is one of the diocesan priests I went through seminary with. We went out to lunch, and this guy came and cut him off. And I thought, oh, I wonder what he's going to say. Because I could see the knuckles go white on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And he turned to me and he said, "That child of God." I just cracked up.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
thought, but that's so true.
It's so true.
If somebody is misbehaving, they're still a child of God.
Yeah, yeah. And
And obviously that made a big impression on me because I still talk about it.
right, yeah, the child of God. You're right. You're right. And I try to also think, okay, maybe they have an emergency. Maybe there's something so terrible in their life right now they just can't process. And there can't be that many people out there doing that, but I think there might be.
Yeah.
There might be. I think being thankful in this world that we're in right now
Yeah.
might be a little difficult for some. But it's okay.
Yeah. It is.
We
It's
all
always
have,
going to be okay.
we all have, and every day, like you said, you choose joy.
Yeah.
And I know I don't have to have it all together every
Right.
day.
And my favorite saying from John Lennon is, if I can remember it correctly, everything will be okay in the end. If it isn't okay, it's not the end.
Right?
That
Right.
just lifts me up for some reason. That it can be not okay,
Right?
but that doesn't mean that that's the end,
Right?
because everything is going to be okay in the end.
Absolutely. In the very end, it's all going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful for John Lennon saying that.
I'm glad that you are.
One of the thousands of minutiae that I am grateful for.
You know, there's so much. And I don't know what it is, but I live up on Route 106, and I'm always coming through this crazy intersection between Route 106 and Route 18. It's up on a hill. It's terrible. It's just crazy. However, if I'm coming from my house towards 18 and those lights stay green, all I do is I drive through and go, thank you. And it's just the littlest thing, you know? I mean, I know there were times those lights should have been red. Even though as kids we timed them way back when. But, you know, it is the little things.
Yeah.
We will all be gathering, hopefully with the family, with friends, with our churches for dinner. And, you know, it's good to be thankful. It's good to tell people that you're thankful for them.
Right.
And grateful for what you have, and thanking God and praying and, you know, all these, I want to say basics, but they're not basics to everybody.
No, but they are basics if you are involved in any kind of a religious experience, whether that's church or spirituality or just being on top of a mountain and looking at the clouds and saying, this is God. Okay, I don't care where that experience takes place, but it is normally me being small, God being powerful, and being grateful for the power that He exerts.
Yeah, yeah. So, for us thinking we had nothing to talk about, I think we did pretty well today.
We did pretty well today. I'm very grateful for you.
I'm thankful for you. Same thing. Yeah. I mean, we've known each other a while
I know.
now. What started out as my mentor has gone way deeper. But I just hope that everyone that we interact with can see that we are grateful. I mean, not just because of our vocation, but that seeing someone be grateful hopefully will allow someone else to say, oh, it's not that hard, and I can do that. But yeah. So this has been show number 17.
Yes.
Which is amazing and certainly grateful for. We are out there in the world and hopefully making a difference in somebody's life.
Yeah.
So I think we'll wrap it up for today.
Okay.
And then come back next time with another new topic.
It'll be Christmas.
It will. All right. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yes, please do.